You can access the entire episode now on our website, forbiddenknowledge.news, Rokfin, Rumble, and all podcast platforms. There's something you said a few times that is a very important concept I want to get to. You said remembering who we are, remembering our purpose, remember where we came from. And this concept has never made sense to me until recent years when I started consciousness exploration, exploring my own spirituality, making contact with my spirit guides, using various plant medicines. And then eventually I start to understand that I'm not from here, that I have a job to do here, that's part of remembering my soul's purpose. And I'm coming more and more to understand what that purpose is, what that job is. With the deeper I go through these consciousness exploration and spiritual journeys, but I completely understand what it means to remember now. And so many people they ask me about that and they don't quite understand what that means, that we're supposed to remember who and what we are, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm curious, like, what is your, like, as you remember more of yourself, like, can you go more into what you perceive that is? Like, for example, is it just go into
the biggest thing that I've become aware of is that this reality, that whatever we're in, it is not what you would consider our home. This is an experiential reality, or a creator reality, that we are in here to create an experience. And that somewhere along the way, there has been something mucked up in here. These lower vibrational entities that you were speaking of just now have sort of infiltrated aspects of this reality, and it causes us to easily forget who we are and why we're here, that we do come in here with a purpose. And I believe that our purpose is to help others remember and maybe get rid of those sticky entities, or help others free themselves from the influence of those entities, so that our own soul journeys, so each and every one of our soul journeys, can continue, and that we can fully awaken and remember who that we are. And that's where I'm at so far.
Yeah, totally. No, I see it the same way. So I feel like there's a piece of remembering that usually, I don't know if this is how it goes right now for people who are awakening right now, but in the past, I feel like the first layer of remembering is where we sort of like acknowledge, like, oh, I'm a soul. And then we acknowledge like the reincarnation thing, like, oh, I've probably had other lifetimes. And so we kind of start to piece together the through line of some of the experiences we've had on Earth. And then, like you said, then there's this big up jump where it's like, oh, I also exist outside of Earth. Like, I exist outside of this construct, and not just in heaven or whatever, but like there are other realms. There are other, like, there's much, much more to me. And there is a reason that we're here. And I agree with you totally that there's a dark overlay here. I call it the false matrix.
Yeah.
Because to me, this realm is, like you said, I agree completely. It's a creator experience, like an experiential reality where you come in almost like a sandbox, you know, like those sandbox games, like Gary's Mod. Like, you come in and there are some rules, but for the most part, it's designed for us to just create an experience without necessarily originally having had an objective beyond that. And so to me, this realm is its own like organic holographic matrix just meaning that has like an organization to it, and it's like a hologram,
some
like
kind of cosmic programming as well that goes along with it, like cosmic algorithms. Yeah, exactly, that's right. Like it has things built into it so that it has like ways that it functions. Like I just call them rules because I don't really know the right words to use, but so there's an organic, beautiful holographic matrix here. And then there is a false matrix overlay, because I believe that this realm has been infiltrated by dark consciousness that is on a journey of extreme
I don't know, like extreme preservation of ego, extreme, like
the way I've seen it sometimes is that it cannot create to the level we can, so it whispers in our ears and uses us to create what it would like the reality to be, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Sorry, I aspirated on my teeth.
That's your fault.
Yes, 100%. That's totally exactly what I see. It can't create, but the reason it can't create is because it has chosen to distance itself so far from source or God or whatever, like the totality consciousness, that this dark thing and all of its little subsidiaries has chosen the path of self over like unity. And because it has chosen the path of self, that means that it prioritizes itself over anything else, regardless of any collateral damage to all other aspects of creation. And in order to do that, it has to like basically it's almost like surgically remove its own heart chakra, because the heart is what connects us all to each other. That's where, like, when we feel empathic, or if we're watching something on TV or a movie and we're having an emotional reaction to what the character is going through, we're feeling it in our heart. So our heart is like necessary for us to understand unity consciousness. So it has removed its heart, but the heart is also necessary for the creation process. So it can't create anymore, but it wants to, and it wants to create the reality that serves itself. And I see it the exact same way. It whispers lies into our ears, and it tries to make it sound like our own voices, so that we just believe those lies and we start to manifest what it is suggesting to us. But that stuff doesn't benefit us, it hurts us, and it benefits the self-serving motivations of this dark, out of control ego.
The way I understand and see events unfolding is that we are in a very critical age of this spiritual war that you were speaking of, and it will begin to manifest into this physical reality, whether folks believe in it or not. I believe that we are heading into a very critical time where there is a sort of thinning of realities. We've already started to see some of the insanity unfold with the fake alien nonsense and some of the stuff that they're trying to throw out there. So there's a lot going on. We see it's all building towards something. I understand completely that it is a spiritual war, that these lower vibrational adversarial forces are attempting everything they can right now to gain as many people on their side and prevent this awakening on our side. Do you see similar?
Oh yeah, they're like, for sure, they're trying so hard to at very least muddy the waters. I think they have accepted that they can't stop this tidal wave of awakening that is just going to keep like waves. There's never just one, right? There's more and more waves of awakening. So I think that they've accepted that it's not possible to stop this at this time, but they're trying to slow it down, reduce it, and then sort of pollute the waters of our perceptions so that we interpret things incorrectly.
I know you wanted to get into timelines today, and I think this ties into exactly what we are speaking about right now. I think there are multiple possible timelines that are unfolding as we speak, and it would be up to us individually to shift consciousness together and achieve an optimal timeline, if possible. Is this something that you would agree with?
Yes, it is totally up to us. It's like, at least in terms of the human way that it's playing out, because I also perceive that this isn't only affecting Earth. Like I feel like it's a much bigger cycle that is affecting, I don't even know what vocabulary to use, because I don't even really believe in like the NASA representation of space. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know what words to use, but like, let's just say like the whole universe or all the galaxies or whatever. I feel like there's something so much bigger happening.